How's it going, everybody? Thanks for tuning back in. Today we are going to be talking about Matrix Arms. So we had the opportunity to shoot the full gun from Matrix Arms. Today for the video, we're not going to be talking about the whole gun itself, even though Matrix Arms does do their own slides and barrels. We are actually going to be talking about their grips specifically. Some of the key features about their grips that set them apart from a lot of other manufacturers, as well as just some cool features that I have seen that really made the difference when shooting this gun. So right away when you pick these frames up, you notice a significant difference in weight. These are all made out of 70-75 aluminum, which allows you now, because it's a metal frame, to get tighter tolerances on the slide and the frame going together. When you get into this price point, that makes the gun feel much higher quality, which I really do appreciate, especially after shooting one. It feels very good in your hands. Speaking of that feel, they're in 1911 grip style, grip angle. So that grip angle, for me naturally, when I go to point a Glock, for instance, I bring it up, I always have to bring the nose of that gun down. It's a natural habit, and at this point, I just tell myself, bring it up, nose down. And that's how I know where my sights are to get them on, where I need to be, right? That's because I'm used to this 1911 style grip angle. So with this, it's very nice because as soon as I present to that target, I'm actually right where I need to be. I'm pointing right at the target, my sights are on, my dot is on, and I'm ready to just start squeezing that trigger. The other thing that I've noticed is the beaver tail itself. It's a thinner beaver tail, however, it's also a little bit longer. So when I get into this gun and get a nice tight high purchase on it, I now don't have to worry about those railroad tracks. Every time that I've ever shot a Glock, I always get slide bite or railroad tracks, as they're known, on the back end of my hand, because I'm riding the gun up nice and high so that I can get that positive grip on that beaver tail, get everything nice and tight, and shoot. I get slide bit back here. With this gun, I do not. That is pretty amazing, and it made it a lot more enjoyable for me, and I know that anybody that's had that issue, especially guys with bigger mitts, you're gonna enjoy that a lot more out of this frame. Now, speaking of bigger mitts, I don't know how many of you have held a Glock 19, but usually you're playing this game with your pinky, right? Matrix Arms took the time with their Glock 19 frames to make the front end a little lip and a little lip on the back end. So now, whenever you get that hand on, you have positive grip with your pinkies as well as the back end of your palm. It is awesome. I really appreciated that little minute touch of detail. So when I'm shooting, now I've got positive grip everywhere. Everywhere's feeling some metal. We're good to go. They also, on the back end and the front end, have changed the angles to flatten them out. So if you've ever gripped real tight, you might notice just a little bit of rotation back and forth. With that flatter face, they took out that rotation, which is a very minute thing. However, especially when you are going for faster follow-up shots or anything like that, that's where you notice that come into play, because you're trying to grip everything down to fight that recoil. It's a natural thing that happens. With those flatter faces, everything stays a little bit more in tuned. So all of these grips are completely customizable. They will fit any Glock 19 parts that you want to put in there. So for instance, with the Matrix Arms that we were able to shoot, this full gun, we put on a Trijicon dot, we got Arms Republic comp, we've got a Surefire X300U. The triggers with these elite style frames, you get two styles of frames. There's a standard, we'll talk about here in a minute, and then the elite. The elite actually comes with a Timney Alpha trigger. So it comes in right around 3 pounds as far as the trigger goes. It's a very nice, crisp, clean break. That is a tongue twister. And then as far as the reset goes, it's pretty minimal. Right there's your reset and you're back on the wall. Very, very nice trigger that comes standard with their Elite model. Now, the standard model, the standard grip that you can get, it's got a nice trigger on it, but it's a regular stock Glock trigger. So you're gonna be about 6 pounds, give or take. Still very nice, but with the availability to drop in whatever trigger you'd like to, you now can do that. Also, having the ability to use any holsters that you currently have, make it a great option and a great choice. Speaking of holsters, something that's actually pretty nice is when you have that flush fit, you've got a very big grip. However, when you're holstering and you're concealed carrying especially, you can run that flat Glock 19 mag and not have to worry so much about printing or anything like that. I really like everything that Matrix Arms has done with both their frames, their slides, their barrels. Everything's pretty nice. It fits together great. They did a great job. I'm not a huge fan of Glocks, and shooting this was not only enjoyable just because of those little minute features that they threw in, but overall it was comfortable. It was a comfortable gun to shoot, to handle, and play with. With that all said, I don't know, maybe I need to start looking at carrying a Glock, especially if I'm running one of these little frames. It's definitely got my wheels turning, thinking, man, it would be nice to have one, right? That'll wrap it up this week for the video. I appreciate you sticking around and watching. If you like this video, definitely hit that button down below. Let us know. If you haven't already, subscribe to our channel. There's gonna be tons of different content coming out.